at me now at 713-390-KRBE is where you tell us your great stories of somebody who told you the negative and you turned it into a positive. Before we get to the first caller, I want to say congratulations to MJ. MJ's the first finalist of the day for the summer of 2023.
Congratulations.
Yay,
A
MJ.
finalist for $10,000 to give away at the end of the summer. We're going to start it off with Brianna on the line at 713-390-KRBE. Brianna, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning,
Hi.
Brianna. So what's your look at me now story?
Well, I had some unforeseen circumstances happen when I was going to college, about 15 years ago or so. And I didn't have the greatest experience. I was on academic probation, and I ended up graduating with a low GPA, but I ended up turning that around. I have 2 bachelor's degrees now. I work in EMS, and I'm also a college instructor myself at a local college where I'm at.
Congratulations.
What made you turn that around?
Thank you.
What happened to make you go from that low GPA to just killing it?
I didn't want that to define me or to allow it to be the definition of who I am and what I wanted to be. I had a vision, and I decided not to let it continue the way that it was.
Were you not applying yourself when you were scoring bad grades, or were you just not
No,
motivated?
I wasn't, unfortunately. I just had a lot of things going on, and I guess you can say I was just very depressed, and I didn't do the best for myself. But as soon as I graduated, I really did what I wanted and turned it around, and I'm very happy with myself.
Good for
And
you.
I'm
It's awesome.
yes, thank you.
Brandon, I'm glad that you share that kind of story where you just, you're taking on yourself, because I think that's just a story of just the everyday student. It's just like, well, I'm just not applying myself.
I feel like
and-
really that schools
just
need to
not-
look at that. Like, because I had a low GPA my senior year of high school. I had a lot of personal things happening. My mom died, and then I started school like 4 days later.
Oof,
and some other
God.
personal stuff happened that year. And my GPA, I think, was like a 1.0. I was not showing up.
Oh my gosh.
I was just, I had enough credits. I just needed like 3 credits. I had to
Yeah.
pass geometry
To graduate.
So I was just like, I had like 3 study halls. I was not.
But it's like who
into it.
checked in
But to
on
see
you.
you
But
go
if anyone
from what
checked
you
in-
were
Yeah.
If
to
there's
down.
a way for
Yeah.
these schools to see,
Take
obviously
notice.
they can
Yeah.
go, "Hey, this kid's
going on
GPA
with
dropped
this
from
child?"
4.2 to 1.8. There must be something wrong in their life. They
They're
must,
so overstaffed.
yeah.
Or understaffed.
Understaffed.
They're so understaffed. They have so many people that unfortunately they don't always have time to see the potential in certain
But that'd be nice to
people.
hire like a mental health expert, and that's their whole job is to watch
It's supposed to be the student
Oh, but-
counselor.
these kids. They got so much going on too now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Brianna, we're so proud of you. Thank you so much. Look
That's
at
huge.
you now. That's a great story. We appreciate you sharing it with us. We're going to go to the next caller at 713-390-KRBE. Jillian is up next. Hi, Jillian. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
You want to share with us your look at me now story?
Okay, so this happened to me in the 5th grade, and the bell rang. She dismissed all the students, and my math teacher in 5th grade pulled me aside after the bell rang, and she looked at me, and she was like, is there something you're not understanding? And I was like, I don't know. And she said that I was stupid, that I didn't know what I was
What?
doing.
She literally called you stupid.
Yeah, she said I was stupid to my face.
Oh my
But,
God.
as a kid growing up, you're always taught to respect your teacher. So,
Right.
of any criticism they give you. And so I didn't say anything at the time. I didn't even tell my parents that she told me that. Not until like way later. But I believed her because that's what she said that
Oh, I'm
what I was.
sorry.
Right.
It
She's the
turns
teacher.
out,
She
years
knows, right?
later-
Yeah.
Right. It turns out years later, I was diagnosed with a math learning disability, but no one knew that at the time. But, later I went to college. I graduated with a biology degree, and I decided that I wanted to go into teaching. So I ended up getting my master's. I graduated with my master's last year, and I just got my first teaching position teaching 7th grade science. So that teacher who told me that I was stupid was the one that kind of inspired me to be a teacher because I never want to treat my students like that ever.
Good for you. That's
love that.
awesome.
Shame on
Wow.
them for doing that.
Have you ever caught up
terrible.
with that teacher? Like, you ever see whatever happened to that teacher? Is that teacher still teaching?
I believe she's still teaching. This was at like a small private school, but I don't know. She's not teaching at that school anymore, so I'm not sure where she's at anymore. But if she's out there and she knows who she's talking to, just to let you know, I made it in life.
She'll
So,
turn it around.
Good
though.
for you.
She'll say,
Oh, I
"It's because of
inspired
me.
you."
I inspired you to do better.
Push
because,
yourself
yeah,
harder.
I pushed you by saying that People always have ways to
Yeah, you know,
Never
Eric, I
call
recently
somebody
heard a
stupid.
story
awful.
about a teacher that I had that was good to me. She turned me around, but a friend of mine who had that same teacher said that teacher told her best friend, "You're never going to be anything." That same teacher that turned me around told this other kid, "You're never going to be anything." That kid grew up and became a doctor. Went back and said, "I'm a doctor." And she just was like unfazed.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want that closure, like, yeah, look at me now.
They're not gonna give it
and
to
that
you.
teacher's like, nah.
Yeah.
But I do believe that sometimes it can inspire you. I don't recommend doing that. I had a guidance counselor that said, well, Ryan, college isn't for everybody. And that just made me so upset. And it did. It lit a fire under me. And I, did great.
713-390-KRBE is our phone number. Allison is up next. We're doing Look at Me Now. How somebody told you can't, you won't, you shouldn't, you won't. And you did. Hi, Allison. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. You want to share with us this morning?
So, I was actually cheated on by my husband several times. And so I got divorced in 65 days. And then 2.5 months after I was divorced, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
man.
Young onset Parkinson's.
Okay.
And
Gosh.
so I was told on New Year's Eve of 2014 that I was broken.
That
And
you were broken.
in 2016, I became the first person with Parkinson's to compete on American Ninja Warrior.
No way.
Wow.
Whoa, you're on that?
What the heck?
Yes.
Wow.
And
What a turnaround.
and then back to the pandemic in 2020, I met my soulmate, who also has young onset Parkinson's,
Oh.
and he lived 1,100 miles away.
Wow.
Now, are you together now? Like you're both in the same
we
location?
We got married in October.
Mm-hmm.
I live on Allison Street, and I'm actually in North Carolina. I live in North Carolina on Allison Street. And
That's
we're
funny.
just here this week for doctor appointments. We go to Dr. Joseph Jankovic.
Oh, wow.
Good for you. How is your health right now? Like, what are your symptoms with onset Parkinson's?
So right now I'm moving around because I am missing a couple of meds. We forgot them. But typically we work out. We do rock climbing. We run, jump, and play just like any normal person. I do art. We have a website that we advocate for other people with Parkinson's. We call ourselves In Love with Parkinson's.
Oh.
So,
In Love with Parkinson's?
Is that the
what you
name of the
said?
website? What's the website?
yes, In Love with Parkinson's.
Smoking hot husband. Can you tell me I'm smoking hot husband?
Husband joining
Yeah,
in.
smoking hot husband.
I was going to tell you, there's a couple of things. If you go on Amazon, you can actually type in Parkinson's AIDS, and they'll recommend so many things for you. I know that one thing, I have somebody close to me who has Parkinson's, and he builds Legos, and it keeps the dexterity. Like, it really helps.
Are you going to go back on American
So,
Ninja Warrior? Are you going to do that again?
Yeah, what's the story there with that one?
So I did it for 2 years, in 2016, 2017. There are other people that, because of my run, it inspired them to do it. So I'm kind of over
Been there, done that.
But
Yeah.
yeah. But exercise is the only thing proven to slow the progression. So it's very important. We actually ran with 10 other people with Parkinson's in a 200-mile relay
Whoa.
in the Blue Ridge Mountains. So there was 16,000 feet of ascent. And
Honey, sounds like you're way more fit than everybody on the Roula
Yeah.
Ranch. So
Yep.
you're doing just fine.
You'll definitely inspire others.
You're
and
doing
I'm
just
sure you're
fine.
part of Parkinson's group.
I want to
so.
check out your website,
Yeah,
too.
you're
If you
inspirational.
made it to American Ninja Warrior, you are a fit woman. Bravo to you, Allison.
welcome
who
to the
lives on
heat.
Allison Street. Welcome to the heat.
On Allison
And
Street.
God bless you in your journey, in your fight against
Thank
Parkinson's.
you.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for
Thanks for calling
sharing that.
in.